You just want to sit there and chat shit all day long. So yeah. Anyway, welcome. We are live now across the world, tuning in to the number one Millwall podcast, live edition. Anyway, no one can argue with that. Sorry for those of you who might be tuning in a bit late. I scheduled it for 9, but told everyone it was 8. So yeah. We'll either have the numbers in now or come 9 o'clock, the numbers will go through the roof. So, yeah. Anyway, welcome to another edition of Friday Night Live with me, Mickey Simpson, and my co-host for the lives, which is there now, which is Stephen.
Hello.
Hello, Stephen. You okay?
Yeah, very well, Mickey. Very well. How are you?
I'm good, fella. I'm good. Right. And we welcome Negative Dan.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Happy to be here as ever.
You sound so happy, but your face...
I've got the smile on my face, mate. Don't worry.
Have. That's it. Just don't bring that blonde back out into picture, or else we might get banned for obscene behaviour. But yeah, we understand why you're smiling. We saw that just before we went live. So yeah. And we're also joined by the one and only Benjamin.
Evening, fellas. It's 2 shows on the spin now that Dan's been on, and he's been smiling both times. It's a fucking Christmas miracle.
That's it. Connor says, evening, got an update on Ben's theory Edwards was at Bristol City game earlier this season.
Yeah, that was part of my theory. He said, obviously, that he wanted to be at the game, wanted to go and watch a London match. I just thought, again, I don't think I mentioned it on the pre-record, but yeah, that was part of my theory because it could have quite easily gone down to Chelsea. I don't know if they were playing at home, but he could have gone and watched a game, couldn't he?
And we're just about to bring in the world expert on Married at First Sight, the super fan, the one and only Joe Zampa. There we go.
No spoilers, please. I haven't seen the last 2 episodes, so Mickey, don't let me know what's happening. I really want to know.
But if there's anyone in the comments who have been watching Married at First Sight, please give the plot lines away.
No spoilers.
And type them in there, or even just tag him in at Joe Zampa 7. That would be absolutely superb. So then, gents, let's make a move through these comments. The first 2 are mine. Mr. Nate, good evening. Mark, good evening. Connor, good evening. Dan, good evening. Terry, good evening. We would have waited. Oh, what, for me to start at 9? Yeah. Melvin Smith, even though that's Darren. Good evening, fella. Born Free, Die Free, good evening. Monsieur Parfois. Oh, good evening. That's good evening, monsieur, isn't it? So good evening, sirs, but I don't know what else. What's Parfait's verse? So that's Parfait. Good evening, and I don't know what the rest of it is. Evening all. A great sight to see on a Friday night. Yep.
Mickey, are you putting these up? Were you meant to be putting these up on the screen? Because I don't think.
No, I wasn't. I was just okay. No, I wasn't, but I will now for you, just because you want them.
It also covers a little bit of Joe and Dan, so you know what I mean. If we can,
that's it. Well, I brought Joe in, and then he got up and walked off. So it's like all we got to see was his arse.
I think for my beer.
And the fans don't want to see that. Do you know what I mean? Negative might need a new name soon. That's twice I've seen him smile this week. I know it's strange, isn't it?
Terry, his name is Depressive Dan, by the way.
Oh, is that an upgrade or downgrade? I don't know.
Sven Nevin.
Hi from Belgium. Another member of the Casper De Nor fan club.
Yeah, or a member of his family, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, hey ho.
Casper De Nor is the greatest footballer that's ever lived, just in case he's related.
He is incredibly good at football.
Oh, well, let's just ask him. Sven, are you related to Casper?
And even if you're not, Sven, just say yes, make us feel.
And Mickey, Mickey, let me know next time, because there's a couple of dads, not naming players' names, there's a couple of dads that are on here, and I've tripped up in recent times by sort of saying slightly detrimental things, but I didn't know till afterwards. So will you tip me off if you see anyone on there?
No.
Thanks.
I don't do it to Stephen either. So yeah, I'm not. So, yeah, I let Stephen go fucking ball deep into slagging a paragraph, and then I text him and go, by the way, so and so's dad's in it tonight, and he's like, what?
I don't think I go in too harsh on anybody.
No, I don't.
I don't remember anyone German last season being on there, so I'm all right. I think with
there you go. Look, that's not bad. That's not bad, is it? I got part of that out of it being written in French. So I used to be really good at French at school, but then I just got shit. I just stopped. Oh, Ben, you're a cheeky fucker, aren't you? Back over there. Do you know what I mean? Barry Taylor, good evening all. Good evening, fellow Lions. Good evening, Mark.
I'm just trying to work out. Last week when on the intro, I said we had a decent five-a-side team, but we've now, from last week, replaced Chaps with who was it? Dan. No, Dan, you weren't on the last when Chaps was on the last week. So have we got an upgrade on a five-a-side team? Or
I hope so, because Chaps can't play. He's got a fuck knee.
I was about to say, no disrespect to Chaps, but I'd probably help bring the average age of the team down
to be honest,
a bit more energy, fresh legs.
To be honest, what I would do is I'd probably go that to there, and then there we go. I'll go in goal, you two defence, and there's our two attackers.
No midfield, just vibes.
That's
like watching Gary Rowett football, no midfield, just hope for the best.
That's the interesting one for the comments one. Where would you play us in a five-a-side team?
And if anyone hasn't seen my free kick, go and watch that first on my Twitter and then tell me.
Mate, that's a full 11-a-side goal. That's some shame promoting that for five-a-side.
Mickey with experience, Mickey will be the hatchet man. He's your anchor man. The guy who's going to take your shins out. So I think
you ask Joe. You ask Joe. You ask
in the charity
Omar.
game. Yeah.
No, you ask Omar when we used to play five-a-side each week, mate. I was the Terry Hurlock of five-a-side, mate. Fuck me. Oh, mate, because I've got a good centre of balance. So people think that, they're going to come in and nudge me. And I stand firm. I mean, I nearly busted one of Omar's ribs where he come in and I just stuck him straight into. Next time he speaks to him, ask him about how his ribs were after me one day playing there.
Mickey, you took out somebody in the Jigo charity game at the Den.
Yeah, right. No questions.
He nearly ended in block 4, didn't he, in the Kitchener stand?
Yeah, but the thing is, football's a full contact sport.
Well, I don't think he realised that at the time.
And also,
he didn't know, he does know now.
In a charity game, you don't really go full-blooded, do you?
Yeah, you do.
Listen. Like Soccer Aid. To be fair, Ben Shepherd got sent off in Soccer Aid once. So
yeah, I mean, I would say that I played about 35 minutes on the charity game, but Omar will probably say no. It was about 20, right?
And during that 35 minutes,
quads went.
2 players.
Oh yeah. I didn't injure someone. I tell you, there was a bad injury though.
And argue with the referee.
I didn't argue with the referee. I wouldn't argue with the referee. I know where he lives.
Mickey, just before you do that, just going back to something that Joe said. Joe, have you seen how your German friend has been getting on at
is he playing like in like the 5th tier of German football?
No, second tier, mate, and they're smashing it as well.
Have you seen how he's been getting on, mate?
Sorry?
Have you seen how he's been getting on?
How's he getting on? No. How's he getting on?
7 appearances, 2 assists and a goal.
How many appearances? 7?
Nearly matched the entire total for us.
Wow. Bloody hell.
He came on as a substitute. They've actually played already tonight, Hanover. He came on as a substitute at half-time.
If he scores a couple more goals, that'll be his combined contribution to Millwall over the 3 seasons, Ben.
I have to say, Joe, in your bio, you boast that you're chairman of the Andreas Vogelsummer fan club, and you haven't even checked on how he's doing.
I've got to take that down, actually. I've forgotten it's on there. Cheers for reminding me.
Yeah, good evening, Chris. Sorry, mate. It was only when we had about 3.5 minutes before going live that I suddenly looked at the schedule and realised that I'd set it for some reason for 9 o'clock instead of 8. So I did say to everyone that we'll probably start off with smaller numbers and then come 8 o'clock or come 9 o'clock, everyone will come on and realise that they've missed an hour of it. But, hey ho, it will make the conversation for the second half even better when people are asking the questions from the first half and we're coming into the second. So, yeah, it'll make an interesting evening tonight. So, something Ben don't care. Ben's only here with us for the first half. And that means that he'll only answer the questions for the first half, and he won't be getting confused like the rest of us. So,
One thing I noticed with Ben is that he does this. He looks at the camera and he does that. And he does that. That's because he's got Football Manager on at the same time.
Do you know what it actually is?
I told you, didn't I? I told you. Look, I knew it.
That one.
That's it.
Men can't multitask.
He's in my basement, Biggie. He's in my basement, fella.
Oh God! Hopefully, let him out. He's getting the train with me tomorrow.
Hashtag where's Omar?
It won't be. I was gonna say it won't be FIFA with Ben. He got a little bit of a schooling the other night, didn't you?
I don't know talking about it.
We had a couple of games FIFA, and he's gone back to the Football Manager. And also at 9 o'clock, Ben, I hear that there's been an incident at the Trafford Centre, the Pizza Hut.
Yeah,
we're going to need an update. We're going to need an update from you, whether it's still standing.
Anthony hasn't commented yet, so I'm assuming he's kicked off with all the shirters that turned up.
Right,
Free Omar. Is that going to be our new hashtag? Free Omar.
Yeah. But if you listen to this show or podcast or whatever, mate, then just hashtag free Omar on social and tag Omar in. Free George Saville, free Omar now. So good evening, Darren. Where is it? Born Free thingy. Yes, I've joined it. Not that great in a minute, to be honest with you. Hopefully it'll get better. We are we're looking at doing one, but again, I don't know how beneficial they are, to be fair.
Is there any porn going around on it, or it's just like
no, you can't post to it. I mean, all you do is literally all it is another avenue. All they're doing is posting website, Millwall TV content, and that sort of stuff on there.
Just honestly, I don't see the point of it. I really don't see the point of that.
Well, like Mickey said, it's probably that. It's to promote like links to things you could buy into and pay for, maybe, and all that sort of stuff.
If they kept putting small little, clips on there, it'd be quite good.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I would have thought that they would have done. I thought they would have used for like behind the scenes footage. Little 2-minute like WhatsApp clips from the players talking about how training was today, or that sort of stuff. That's to me, if I was doing it, the one what I'm looking here, which you boys don't really know, but it'll be stuff from you boys where you just, we do a video on something, you do one, and then we post it in so that you get content that way. But, I wouldn't necessarily think, especially the fact that Chaps is away this weekend. So I think I might just get all you boys to give me a 2-minute post-match reaction for tomorrow.
What I think you should do, I'm happy to record it at literally 5 o'clock at Hillsborough, a live chat with Ben, chat with Dan, reaction live at Sheffield.
No Omar, then you want to leave him aside?
Omar as well. Omar as well. Yeah. Omar as well.
To be fair, Stephen, we've got. I know it's all right for you in the car. We've got trains to catch. I was about to say 4 miles from the station. Like, you think I'm hanging around?
You love a train there, don't you, Dan? To be fair, honestly
get the
all you need is glasses and an anorak, and you be with them.
He wouldn't.
Hold on. A train then drive, don't you?
It's not.
I'd rather get the train turned away, 100%.
It's not negative, Dan. It's not depressing, Dan. It's Train Spotter, Dan.
Train Spotter, Dan. There's his nickname.
Here we go.
Wouldn't that make him Cheltenham, Dan?
No, definitely not. I ain't having that.
But anyway, let's go on to this because it's a point what I wanted to raise anyway. And then we're going to the bits and pieces with the club. Daily Mill, you raise a valid point. It's basically to get into your phone and get your data from your phone. Everyone moaning this week going, the new manager, this, that, and the other. We need to do, we should be having the content, from behind the paywall. I don't think it's got anything to do with a paywall. It's just pretty much same as when they released the footage so you could watch it. It's basically to get you to use your login so that they can then get all your details from there. So data right now is more expensive, is more valuable than charging you a premium to watch it, to be honest with you. And the problem is with platforms like YouTube or Instagram or Facebook and all that, you don't get the same amount of data unless you control it yourself. So the fact that they're putting it on their own website or their app, they control all that data. And especially if you watch it via the app, they will know your location, your IP. They will know, what you've last looked at. They will know what your content is. They will look at everything. You'll be amazed at what you can get from watching content on a phone. When you're a big business, us. So, I can't. We don't do everything private.
Video the midgets.
Yeah, I better clear my browser history.
Yeah,
you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed at things what they can see. Depending when next time you take onto an app, go into the app details and see exactly what they can see on your phone, and you'll be amazed. I mean, like TikTok puts most of us have got TikTok, but if you actually search the terms and conditions, TikTok basically says in there that every device you log into your TikTok account from, pretty much they can key strike your whatever device you're on. So if you're on a laptop, they can pretty much see everything you type on that keyboard by key strike. So there's some scary shit out there, but that's why I think they released it free in the end. But I think that's why they don't straight away.
That's why when you watch stuff, you get things pop up on your PC, little boxes of what you're watching, what you're searching for, and things like that. I'd be a bit careful with Mrs. Zampa. She keeps seeing like boxes of like nude women popping up and live models available now. And she can't understand what.
All right, Joe. All right, mate. All you're doing is searching that woman who used to be a man from Married at First Sight, and that's about it.
Ella.
It's bad that you know her name or his name or whatever. But yeah, anyway, listen.
It's her.
That's enough of that. Anyway, can't edit that out. Right. Wall Lion 94 has a very, very good point what he raises there. If you subscribe to the channel, press the bell notification button, and then every time we go live, every time we post a video, you will not miss it. So
that's good what evening. I do. That's why I came on a minute ago before it started.
Good evening, Bobby. Daily Mill, yes. Block 37 legend. Pam sadly passed away this week. Those of you who are going to tomorrow's game, her nephew, Danny on Twitter, is trying to get a minute applause at the 77th minute tomorrow. And also, I think we need to do something at the Den. I mean, those of you who've been going away a long, long time, you will have seen her at pretty much probably every away game you've been to over the last probably, a long, long time, probably 30, 40 years, mate. She's been going to every away game. She's well known. She sat in block 37. And yeah, she was well known. And sadly, another Millwall fan sadly passes. But at least now she's with some old legends, so Cripps and Kitchener and the like. So yeah, good luck. Hopefully she gets to see the old boys and the old team of the past. So yeah, Anorak Dan all the way. So yeah, if we lose to Sheffield, I think we all agree it's time the Gaffer win.
Let's ask Ben what's going to happen tomorrow. Ben, what's happening tomorrow?
We're winning 6-0.
Yeah. And for those of you that, sorry, Mick, for those of you that are not aware of what we're talking about, check out the pre-record that went out yesterday. Ben is fully in love with Joe Edwards, and 4 goals Tom Bradshaw, 2 goals Billy Mitchell, and a 6-0. Oh no, that's the closest I could find. Yeah, that's the closest I could find.
Check the goal scorers in. I reckon you're laughing all of a sudden if you put a quid on it.
What a gang that would be? Joe Edwards, Billy Mitchell, and Brad's mum all in one room. Can you imagine that? With Marvin Gaye blaring out in the background, you slapping their asses. Oh God!
Mickey, move it on.
Oh my head.
Can we?
Joe, I do apologise. Joe has obviously been drinking or he's on crack.
I've been married for 18 years. That's what happens when you're with the same woman for that long.
Mate, she's gone out tonight, hasn't she, Joe?
She is, yes, that's right.
Anyway, Bobby, yes, mate, the stadium is 4 miles from the station. and they're not letting you drink near Hillsborough, and it's an even further journey to get to the ground. I think they're allowing you to drink in the town centre, but they're not letting you drink near Hillsborough. Hillsborough. So is the Uber to the ground?
Ben, you've been before?
Yeah,
I do not use Uber. So
get on the tram, Bobby. I'm sure will be a Millwall Escort or Millwall trams that they put on. You might miss kickoff because if it's same as last time, we pulled the emergency cord every 2 seconds.
What time are you getting there, Dan?
Mate, I get to Sheffield at midday.
He ain't going to get to Sheffield in time for kickoff, is he?
No, Bobby's cutting it fine.
Yeah.
If he's in it, what did he say? He was in at 2.
Yeah.
It'd be all right, but if he's got, probably get a cab then.
Yeah. Footage should be on YouTube so we can see it for free. You can see it for free now on Millwall TV. You just need to be logged in. I think it's free on there now, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
I think so. I think it's the original match interview. I think it's free on there now because they posted the other day that it was
right. Yeah.
So I get 3 emails a day from Millwall nowadays trying to get rid of pride. Yeah, me and you both. And also when you go on that website, fucking that annoying pop-up. I really want to pay someone to hack their website just to
happened to you as well with women popping up everywhere.
No, it's just this. It's just this. Joe Edwards is calling you to the game. Would you like to watch the or like it's something. Whatever it is, what sell it just someone hacked that and just put that Millwall podcast fucking logo. That'd be wicked, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? I'm not in any way.
Saying go and hack the website.
No.
It's called data mining. Data is important. It is, Malcolm, 100%, and it's very, very, very valuable to companies if you control your own data because you have every bit of information you want about them. So TikTok is poison. It is. It is, Chris.
I deleted it a long time ago.
It's such crack, but it's funny. I tell you what, TikTok is. It's weird. It's like and Joe's murder on it, but it's good, but it's just gone crazy. I've watched so many TV shows and movies by 2.5 minute clips now. I've seen most movies, but in about 300 2-minute clips. And the amount of women want to show you what they had for breakfast as well is just getting a bit overconcerning because some of them should not be showing on social media and some of the men too, to be fair, but when it first started it was funny with the little dances apart from that fucking annoying family. They
still post every Friday, you'll be glad to know, Mickey.
What's that?
They still post every Friday.
I wish they'd post to the grave, to be fair, but Mill has a transfer budget of 0 on FM24. How accurate is that data?
Is that true? Genuine. Is that true, Ben?
I don't know. Well, you can just, I was about to say, ask Ben. We'll
Ben, to be fair, to be fair, Ben uses cheat codes for Football Manager, I heard, so he starts off with unlimited budget.
That's very offensive.
Don't wait down.
AKA selling all these players to Saudi Arabia.
Actually, Joe, right? This fella Dan come up to me the other day and was seriously asking about you. That you wanted to see. He did, yeah. He said, because what? Yeah, he said, what is it with Joe the other day talking about? He said, and Steve pulled him up talking about nakedness. You lot naked, and then today you come out with other bits, and the fans are concerned, mate. They do a whip round and get you into
it's a Friday night thing. I've had a tough week. You get to the end of the week, you crack open a beer. You're talking to you lot about football, about Millwall. It's a release, isn't it? It all comes out. It all pours out. I see it's therapeutic. Get all the shit out of my head.
Yeah. Malcolm obviously works in data capture market, I think, possibly, but always read the small print, especially with that.
Is it talk to you, Mickey, there? It's you.
Oh, is Mickey frozen out? That's a really unfortunate screenshot.
Mickey's in shock.
Mickey's is absolutely... Someone get a screen.
Oh, he's back.
He's back. He is.
Oh, you will win off my screen. So, if it's me, then, right.
All out.
Is Super Dry Hood is a female?
Yeah, that is me. I tell you what, on that, I had a really awkward, I say meeting in Bromley Superdry. I walked straight in. I was looking at my phone. I walked straight into Danny Shittu and Mark Beavers in Superdry in Bromley, and they just looked at me as if I was some idiot. I tried to explain I was on my phone, and then I realised they were Millwall players. It was just horrendous. But yeah.
Fucking hell. Right. Good evening. Good evening. Let's get through these. Good evening. Good evening. Did you notice the club has put a job available? Oh, yeah. Well, that's because I think Barry's been fired, hasn't he? Good evening, lads. Did you notice the club has put a job available for head of youth recruitment? What's the odds we end up with someone in the Chelsea setup that Mighty Joe knows? I think you might not be a million miles away from the truth there, mate. Could be Bart's last game tomorrow. Really?
I don't know when Sarkic is back. I think it still might be a bit longer.
Is there an international break now, isn't there, coming up?
Yeah.
Go on,
interesting comment here.
Who is it? I mean, let's be honest here. The odds-on favourite is Joe.
Hang on 1 second, gents. I'm not going to say anything at all about who it is. But
no, it's not. Oh, come on. Listen, this is not fair. If I had a page, honestly, I would be proud of it and I'll shout about it, but I haven't.
How much early there, getting.
How much you charging, Joe? What's your sub fees?
I don't know how to start one up.
Yeah.
Let me know, and I'll do one.
Is at 9. There you go.
Are we just going to anyone know who the keeper is that warms up before the game every week? Wears a head guard?
They want to know who the goalkeeper.
Will Petr check out of retirement. He can't be any worse than Jules.
There is a keeper that warms up. I don't know.
Is that the American lad?
Oh, it might be. Yeah, it might be. It's an owner's joke.
I don't own any masks.
So yeah,
or head masks.
Do you know there's going to be a Twitter account for you shortly, Gimper Joe Gimper. Waxy. Oh, there you go. Under 21 keeper, Ethan Waddy-Baz. Yeah, the young American.
Ethan Waddy, that's his name. Yeah.
People at Chelsea think he's crap.
Good. Well, hopefully Joey Edwards knows him very well. Joey, I'll tell you what. Talk about surprise players starting. Ex-Chelsea youth goalkeeper. He's starting tomorrow.
Is he?
Well, I don't know. He might do.
Who was in goal today in the training video?
I didn't see.
Bart was one of them.
Whoever the other one was, mate, was thingy. Right.
We're 27 minutes in, and all we've spoken about is Dan being a train spotter. Yeah, Old Trafford, the Trafford Centre, in trouble because of the day trippers.
Married at first sight, and Joe having OnlyFans. and Ben on Football Manager.
Yeah, he's still on Football Manager.
Yeah, still there, mate. Just on pause. I'm itching to press the space button to get it going.
Can we have a Ben Green tactical masterclass live on stream?
Yeah.
I'm good, but
he's losing. He's losing. That's what it is. That's why he's paused it.
No, I'm not. I can't show
us the screen, Ben.
No, I can't show you who I'm currently managing because I'll get a lot of abuse.
Oh, have you left Millwall?
No, so I always
he's sacked Millwall manager.
When the full game comes out, I'm a loser and I start unemployed. So I started off at Warrington, went to Boreham Wood, and then
now it's at West Ham.
No, I'm not. No, nothing like that. I'm not that fucking stupid. But I'm at Pompey.
Well, who is it then?
Pompey.
Oh, Pompey's all right.
Yeah.
Guys, just change subject slightly. Back to goalkeepers again. What do you guys think about Truman? Because I heard from someone that technically he's our best goalkeeper, but I don't know why he's not playing.
Right. I question anyone who says he might be a good goalkeeper just because he's played 50 games at the age of 28 in his entire career. So I don't think he'd be that good. Otherwise, he probably would have. He probably would be a starter somewhere now.
Well, where's he falling short though? I mean, they reckon technically he's probably our best keeper. But
yeah, but technically George Long was our best goalkeeper as well.
Yeah, but does he lack in height or something? I don't know. What is it about him? Why is he not getting?
Also, what technically, when you say technically our best goalkeeper, because to me, technically means that the goalkeeper that's best at keeping the ball out of the net. George Long was technically good with the ball at his feet, but to me, if you're your best
technically,
goalkeeper,
I think is like people that are good with the ball. Like a technically gifted player. That's how I think of technically in football.
Yeah. But then technically you could argue a good goalkeeper, their positioning sense is very good technically, the hands, catching balls from crosses, technically they're very good. So technical can also mean hands as much as feet, can't it, I guess? Shot stop is more reaction saves and whatever, but technically if you're good at catching crosses, coming out when you shouldn't come out, when you shouldn't come out, or for corners, or
But again, the flip side to that is technically Bart's our best shot stopper.
Yeah.
So it depends what you define as our best goalkeeper. I mean, again, we've said this a few times. I don't know enough about Sarkic. We don't. Bart is Bart. He's a good shot stopper, but I think his legs and his age is catching up with him a little bit. And as Dan said, Truman's played 50 games and he's now 28 years old. If he was any good, he would have played, or he would be a number one somewhere. So
has he played much for us? Truman?
He hasn't.
He's
played
never played
for us.
He's never played
for us. Bloody hell! I thought he might have played one cup game or something, but he hasn't done that, has he?
No, I'm getting there.
Who was that keeper that was at Man City that never played and was there for he had like a 6-year contract and he was there?
Oh, he's the old guy, and he's
Scott Carson.
Scott
Carson.
Yeah.
He's probably about 50, 60 grand a week for not even doing anything, just turning up.
Not a bad job either which way, is it? Sitting on the bench.
Truman could be good enough to be our number 2. Is that what he said?
Here we go. So Truman, he's 27 years old. In all competitions, he's played 50 games. His last game came in 2021 on loan for Oxford United.
Richard, the best way to message Mickey privately is on his OnlyFans.
Yeah.
That way he gets a few quid off you.
Really, Stephen? Really, Stephen? Is that the way you want to go with it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's open season. That is. Look at it.
You just know that Stephen regretted it as soon as it came out of his mouth.
Oh, no. The thing is, Mickey gives as good as he gets. He gives as good as he gets. So if there's an opportunity there, all Richard's done, he's put it across the box and I've tapped it in.
I think you've taken it around the goalkeeper a little bit there, just be honest.
Right. Richard, you can either DM me on Twitter or just send an email to thatmillwallpodcast@gmail.com. Send an email to there, mate. And
we'll send you some photos, Mickey.
This lot don't get it. I'd get those messages. So, yeah. Did any of you hear Gary out and talk sport this morning, talking about Millwall and Joe Edwards? No, I haven't yet. I meant to have a listen to it, but I didn't. But
what did they say, Mark?
Can you paraphrase?
Wait for an answer, but
you won't be laughing when you get what I'm gonna send.
Oh no,
that's a bit odd and ominous.
There's no to make it.
Are you going to send it to me by email, Rich? Because if you are, I'll look at it in a sec. I'll open it up and have a look at it and see what's wrong.
Can you share the screen, Mickey?
Yeah. No. It sounds threatening. It does a little bit, doesn't it? But hey ho. He hasn't used all capitals, so I think we're all right. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm all right. If it comes back in every other word was in capitals, then I'd worry a bit. But yeah, no. Right.
Some aubergines.
Aubergines. Yeah. What was that mean?
Oh, don't pretend you don't know what that is, Joe. Grow up.
What? He's a vegetarian. I don't know.
Joe, that means you're not just a dick. You're a dick 5 times.
Oh, right. Okay.
So, yeah.
Mickey.
Screenshots from fucking OnlyFans. Not mine. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Right. That's it. Here we go. Right. Question. Someone asked me the other day, who was Millwall's smallest ever keeper height-wise? I think you're right. Brian Horn. Yeah.
Although who's the Welsh guy we had on loan who played in the cup, the final of the windscreen shield? What was his name? Dark hair. Oh, what's his name? No.
Oh,
Who's Welsh?
So
Welsh guy.
99. Graham Stack.
No.
Oh no, who was the Auto Glass 99?
I was talking
It weren't
to
Marshall. It
again,
weren't Marshall, was it? Millwall Holding says Roberts.
Yes,
Tony
that's
Roberts.
it. Yes, yeah, Roberts. Yeah. He wasn't mental, was he?
I love our fans, mate. You can ask them any question you want, and I bet they know.
They're like the Mill Wikipedia, aren't they?
Ask them a question. Go on, Joe.
Tony Roberts, I know. Okay, let's ask a question. Go on, let's think. Depends how old he is. To be fair, I reckon the Daily Millwall, he's about my age, about 37. So,
didn't Daily Millwall fucking say that I was about 54 or something?
he was being polite.
So, yeah.
What should we ask him? Let's put a question out there. Anyone?
It was an off the top of the head question. You couldn't have one. So yeah. Right, we're going back to where we are. Right, we've got to talk about Millwall.
42. That's it. I said 42.
I'm growing a beard. I swear he's older than that, mate. I fucking swear he's older than that. So yeah. Worst keeper, Pat Cuff. Yeah. Who was Millwall's right back? There we go.
Ooh,
there we go for the older
question.
ones. Who was Millwall's right back in 1975?
Answer.
There we go. Look.
Was that the answer? That's bloody quick, that isn't it?
Our fans are good, mate. I don't know if it was Ravens, but
will the warden let me go nuts in tonight?
Hey, do you know what's also important about this question, Joe?
Yeah.
Do you know what's really important about that question?
Yeah.
It's the same year me and you were born, mate.
Yes. It
look,
was.
See? Finally admits it. Finally admits it.
I'm quite proud of that year. It's a good year, that is, 75, isn't it, Mickey?
Yeah.
All the best people were born 75.
Yeah, so we were born in the 70s, grew up in the 80s, lived in the 90s, partied in the 2000s.
Yeah, that's it.
And the 2000s. So we've had, 50 different decades.
Well, we've gone through sort of 3 generations, didn't we? We could appreciate, back in our day, but also today as well.
Do you know what? We haven't on here. No. We have in our WhatsApp group, and we don't know if it's true. But for those of you who don't know what George is going on about, allegedly today, 37 miles short of Sheffield, the Millwall team bus driver got ill and couldn't drive anymore. I tell you, mate, there is going to be a Hollywood fucking movie when this fucking retires, mate. Right? Not only is he chief steward, private security for Millwall, training ground security, kitman, private chef. He's now allegedly the Millwall coach driver too. Allegedly, he's got a PSV license.
He couldn't do any more jobs for Millwall. He ends up driving the Millwall coach.
Oh, it's madness, mate, isn't it? 1975, Millwall went down.
Well, it's a bit like when Jesus died, isn't it? And then he resurrected. But me and Mickey came out, didn't we, after that? We were the saviors.
Speak for yourself here, mate. And Lurch got out and pulled the coach the whole way there. Yeah. Right. What I want to do, right, let's get back to where we're supposed to be going. We've seen the interview. I think it's a fairly good interview. You touched on it the other day as well on your show. So, we don't need to go massively into it. But the videos what are coming out of there at the moment, the training video today, to me personally, I think it's a really exciting time. Being a Millwall fan for the first time in a while, it's actually exciting because I think potentially we are on a journey of potential greatness at Millwall. I think we're in the early stages of seeing. Must be a bit like when George Graham joined. Because George Graham wasn't a coach either, was he? He was a coach, but he wasn't a manager anywhere else.
Wasn't he?
Yeah.
Well, Ben's walked out the room. He's losing on Football Manager.
Yeah. Been relegated. Lenny Pidgey was.
So let me. Who's watched the training videos?
Yeah.
Dan.
No, I haven't.
Right, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Ben is
just come back in if you want. Just come back if you want, mate. Yeah.
And for the benefit of listeners and viewers, Ben's unfortunately having to leave us. He might be back later. If not,
yeah, he's got a private message on. He's got a private message from someone on his OnlyFans account, so he's having to do a new foot video for him.
He's had a disaster on Football Manager. He's thinking, you know what, I can't multitask. I have to dedicate all my attention to manager.
To be fair to Daily Millwall, Lurch as interim manager probably would have gone down more popular with the fans than Adam Barrett as interim manager.
He would have played as well. He'd have gone up front. He'd have been that target man we've all been craving for, wouldn't he?
Mate, are we going to actually talk about anything tonight, or are we just going to have a mad 2 hours?
No structure, just vibes.
Crap. Yeah. I'll tell you what. Look, any questions you want about anything, or anything you want us to start talking about, just put it in the comments. And the first comment, what we do, we'll do it.
That's a good point, actually. I reckon that's why Ben's had to sneak off. He is the only fans person, and he just realised he's actually got to go and do a recording.
How do I underline?
Makes sense.
Was it? Sorry. How do you underline posters' names, please? So it goes colour. I've got no idea.
No, sorry.
I've got no idea. What you mean? Because you've got P, you've got M. That's down to your YouTube, mate. So yeah. Edward's press conference today
was yesterday, I believe. Just a lot of it comes out.
Yeah. What do you make of these? What do you make the interview with Max interviewing Joe Woods? I for one, I loved it. I mean, I thought it was great. I think he spoke really, really well. One of the things he mentioned, which I thought was really, really important, is that he talked about his playing style being very different to Rowett. I thought that was
very clever. That he pretty much was slagging off Rowett's style of play without actually slagging off.
Yeah,
and also the other thing, right, is because he's come from Chelsea, he has been media trained to an inch of his life.
Oh, yeah.
And they say no. I mean, Gary Rowett was clever, but I watched the press conference video they did, and nearly every question was the same. What we've seen on different avenues. What he said to Max was literally repeated word for word when people asked him, the same question here. So I mean, the thing is with that is that is very smart up here to be able to remember what he said at the beginning of the week. And remember it now and say it as if it was fresh out of his mouth.
Maybe it's so rehearsed, though, isn't it, Mickey? Like it just comes out naturally. But one thing I'm sort of curious to know is, will the Millwall fans give him time? Because I don't think this is going to be a short-term fix. I'm not even saying by the end of the season. I reckon it could be until the end of next season.
He said it's going to be a slow progression. He isn't expecting it to change around overnight.
Absolutely, he needs 2 or 3 transfer windows to sort of get his squad how he wants it. I mean, Mickey, one of the questions you put on our agenda was talking about our defence and stuff.
Jake Cooper's turning into prime.
And I think that's so important for us to evolve as a team and be a Joe Edwards style of football. We've got to improve our defenders. They're not ball-playing defenders at
Stephen,
all.
can you put your question up in the group? Because I can't do it on this laptop.
My question?
You need Stephen to comment it, and then we can...
And also, guys, what I'm speaking about is Cooper, for example. I like Cooper. I think he's a great servant for our club. But if we use Cooper as our best defender and benchmark one against Cooper, we're not going to improve or evolve as a team. I'll be happy to see Cooper go for 2 or 3 million and bring in some other players that are more ball players, more agile players, faster players that can play higher up the pitch and not get turned so easy and be out of position.
Cooper's going to turn into Maldini under Edwards. I'm not worried.
He doesn't score for us much, does he? He used to score a lot from set pieces, maybe when we were like in League One going up or whatever. But he's not really been that effective, is he?
That actually leads on quite nicely to what I had mentioned earlier about what we could potentially discuss. And again, the listeners comment, but let me finish before you say anything, guys, and the guys listening. So under Rowett, we could pretty much predict who was going to play at the back. It was quite obvious, providing they were fit, but then he had injuries and, had to move people around. Tomorrow, we have Wes Harding, Jake Cooper, Sean Hutchinson, Ryan Leonard, and Murray Wallace, all fit. They're all in the training videos. They're all going to be fit to play. Now, you'd assume that Joe Bryan is still, well, he is out. So Murray Wallace may play at left back. So that could potentially be one person out. Under Rowett, I think it would have been quite obvious that with everybody fit, I don't think Wes Harding got a game, which I don't agree with. But I think that was what Rowett would have done. Under Joe Edwards,
defender, isn't he?
But under Joe Edwards, if we play 3 at the back, which we might well do, who's the one to miss out? Does Hutchinson not come back in? And to go even further, if Edwards plays 2 at the back, we've got all 5 of our centre-backs available. What 2 do you think Joe Edwards picks? And I'll go to Joe first.
Okay, I think he'll probably go for the most ball-playing type defenders. I would be surprised if, and it sounds really weird thinking about it because we're so used to the right way of playing, like you're saying, and the teams he would pick. But I wouldn't be surprised if you go someone like Leonard and Harding at the back. 2 players that are not blessed in the air, but can do a job in the air, but more importantly, are a little more comfortable on the ball and have a little bit more pace on the turn to put tackles in and, play a little bit higher up the pitch, maybe.
Just before we carry on, Chris, I don't actually... It's the picture behind me is 2015-16 season. The reason why it's up on the wall, I actually won that on Twitter as a competition. Got it framed. The club gave it to me, but it's actually signed by Neil Harris. So that's why, because he was obviously manager at the time. That's why I've got it up on the wall. So he's signed by most of the squad, actually, maybe even all the squad, but it's signed by Neil Harris. That's why it's up there.
Okay.
Go back to that question, Mickey, one before that one.
And sorry, going back to the defender piece.
We'll come back to it in a minute.
Going back to the defender one.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
Right. As much as I see where you're coming from with the ball playing centre backs, I cannot see any scenario where Edwards doesn't pick one of Hutchinson and Cooper. He's not going to not pick. He's not going to not pick both of them. Cooper's the one that's going to play.
Yeah, but is that his choice, Stephen, or is that him being encouraged to by Andy Barrett in saying, "Look, this is what we've got to play. This, we've got to." I can almost force him to pick it. I mean, I'm hoping Joe will be his own man, see enough of them in training to say, you know what, I'm going to go with this. I think if he had his own way, he'll play 4 at the back. I don't think he really wants to play the 5 at the back, but it's getting the right players in there.
I think that Ryan Leonard could end up at right back tomorrow. I think that's going to be one way potentially that he might go. Whether or not people agree with that, I think McNamara has been quite good in the last couple of games, but I think Leonard really could play at right back. However, I personally think it will be Harding and Cooper in a back 4. I don't think he's going to step away from that
as well. I think he's going to get Leonard in, and I think Malachi.
I think Malachi
at left back. Left back.
Yeah,
I would do that.
We've got a few issues. I'll be honest. He's about 5'8".
I would be surprised if he does play Malachi at left back because the fact he likes young players. And again, don't forget, everyone's got a clean slate this week in training. Everyone's trying to impress him, and I'm sure he will pick the team that he thinks impressed him the most in training. I don't think there'll be too many wholesale changes, but if we're desperate for a left back, and he probably sees how limited Murray Wallace is in his ability, and he's really impressed with Malachi in training, I won't be surprised they don't go for him.
Here's a question for you. In the training video, what he did, what he was saying today, or some of his interview videos and stuff, press conference things and that he's done, he basically was talking about some of the defence players don't think they're good with the ball, but actually
that's what he said.
He said
really?
There's a few defenders here who think that they're not necessarily ball players. He said, but I think potentially they could be. He said they've got something about them. Who do you think he's talking about?
Cooper.
I would be amazed. I would be amazed if he's not talking about Cooper, but at the same time, it can't be Jake Cooper because you could be Jose Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, Thomas Tuchel, all rolled into one. There is not a man alive that can get Jake Cooper to become a ball playing centre half. It's just not. No.
What's this Maldini arc, mate?
No.
It's like he's stuck in mud sometimes, isn't he? Like you see how he is when the ball's played side to him. He just can't shift his body quick enough to get there. And if someone goes past him, we're absolutely fucked.
I think if we play a back three, I can see Cooper playing on the left hand side of a back three, and him going Hutchinson and Harding. Again, that's if he goes with a back three. I wouldn't be surprised if he's potentially talking about Murray Wallace being a decent on the ball on the basis that I think Murray Wallace.
Danny Mac?
He's not centre back. He's not centre back, is he?
He didn't say centre back though, did he? He said defence. He said there's a couple of defence players in defence who could potentially showing that they could be ballers.
But if he's talking about ball playing defenders, I would expect personally my right back and left back to be able to play football and be able to be comfortable on the ball and go up and down. A ball playing defender who might not necessarily think it. He's talking about someone who's big, probably not got that much pace, and probably used to not really playing tick-a-tack of football. I think Murray Wallace. I think it could be Murray Wallace personally.
Mickey, before I slag any of the defenders off, is any of their dads on at the moment watching us?
Might be.
I say.
So I'm saying, I've got to be careful what I say then.
But you can say whatever you want. Listen, right?
Joe, just say it.
You can say
it's opinion.
You can say exactly what you want, but just for the benefit of doubt, that's what he looks like for tomorrow's game.
We'll get my glasses on. What's that, Vicky?
Huh?
What's that?
That's all right. I can still do that. Do you know what I mean? Oh, by the way, that was your free preview of Joe's OnlyFans page.
Yeah,
Glasses
it only
or
lasts
us.
5 seconds. I charge a lot. That's a freebie.
Joe's sex life. Right, David. It's coming, mate. It won't be this. It won't be before Christmas. It'll be next year,
was that your foul?
It'll be a good 6 months or so. Because we've got to.
Is he referring to your foul charity game?
No. But you will be you will be my defender.
Put that line if you want to.
No, not really, mate.
Where's Joe going to play in the charity match?
Yeah, Joe's going to be playing right back in this fucking house.
The thing is, when the guys in the comments there are saying about Wes Harding can already play. He's already comfortable with the ball at his feet, and he brings the ball out already. Yeah. I don't think he was talking about him. I don't think he was talking about Leonard, because again, Leonard can drive forward from the defence. It's Hutchinson, Cooper, or Murray Wallace. I think it's Murray Wallace personally.
Narrow it down to them three. It's Murray Wallace.
I think so. But
also, one thing we spoke about on our show, which came out yesterday, one thing we're absolutely crying out for is leadership.
And there we go. Right, get in the comments. Who would you take? The question what we posed the other day was: would you take the armband away from Hutch? Obviously, Cooper if Hutch isn't playing. And if you did, who would you be giving it to? What player?
And also,
as your captain?
Can you add on to that as well?
You're speaking, you can add it on yourself.
If Hutchinson's not playing and they give it to Cooper, who would you give it to? Who would you give it to? Would you keep it with Cooper or not? And if Hutchinson is in the team, do you think that we should change our club captain?
I think John,
because that's two separate questions.
I think Danny Mac will still be here.
I agree with John.
Cooper will possibly.
I agree with John, and I'm undecided on Danny Mac. I find Danny Mac off the ball, a great defender. On the ball, just very, very limited in that final third. He really needs to improve on that. But he's still young enough where he can improve, can't he?
And what we're going to do now is we're going to welcome to the show Danny Mac's dad.
I was quite diplomatic though, weren't I? When I said that.
Oh, by the way, he's a big fella as well. By the way,
is he on the show? I know he has been on previous shows, isn't he? Is he on tonight?
I've got no idea. I don't think so.
Okay,
I've not seen him.
Right. I like Danny Mac.
All right, Joe.
Oh, here we go.
I've always liked him. I have. I think he's great.
Here we go. So Danny Riggs says Sav. Alex S says Sav. Milldogs can't believe Cray are going to play Charlton in that replay at their place. Mad. Lots
How
of
bad's
fans
it got
want to go.
for Charlton, eh?
I went to their first game.
We've got it tough at the moment.
Casper Denor for captain.
Yeah, a bit early days for that.
Sav.
I think Sav.
Sav.
He's a clean sweep for Sav near enough at the
Cole
moment.
says Cooper is captain.
Is Cole got a video on you or something?
On the 11-sider match, do you want me to organise a couple of small mobs to have a tear up to make it more realistic?
Yeah, and chuck some bottles on the pitch or something.
Just bring the players' dads, and we're put them towards Joe. Do you know what I mean? So,
yeah, that could be our span.
We can find some clips of Joe moaning about the players, mate, and put it into a pre-game
invite
video.
Vogel Sammer over as well.
Listen, some of their dads.
Invite Andreas over as a mascot.
Oh,
a couple of dads have approached me and have quite liked me. Where did we go?
Hang on, Joe.
Joe, hold on.
Alex Mitchell's dad, Sutton, you were there, and
can you mute him monolithically, or can you put him away so he shuts up for a minute?
Yeah, Joe. Right, listen, right. No, you're on mute. Don't worry. I've got the master button. Okay. Right, Joe. I don't listen. Right, we like to be honest with our fan base, and we don't want to be like other shows or anything. We want to be completely open and transparent with our fan base. Okay. Apart from Alex Mitchell, who he spoke because we were standing next to him when we watched the Sutton game. I'll take that one aside. But the other players, they've not come to you. You've stalked them.
No, well,
no. Well, straight away that tells a different story.
No, I mean a couple of their dads, I've met them at games, away games. We started speaking, like Mitchell's parents and Saville's dads, and things like that. And they're nice people, They are. Brad's mum, she's lovely.
You see now, you see that's a real good distraction technique. I talk about Brad's mum because someone will come in. No. Let's talk about a player whose parents followed you on Twitter to confirm it was them. You then went to LinkedIn and then you messaged them. They didn't message you. I'm not going to mention their name, but then you messaged them. So that makes you the stalker.
Wait, hang on a minute. If they followed me first and I messaged them to say, "Are you so and so's dad or parent?"
and they didn't answer you,
they did. They said I was.
When you followed them on LinkedIn.
After you messaged them 5 times,
LinkedIn to double check, and then I double checked on LinkedIn. I said, "LinkedIn, are you the person just requested me on Twitter?" He said yes, and that was it. And we started chatting away and blah blah blah. I'm going to meet him for the Coventry game for a few beers before the game. I'm not going to say whose dad it is, but
follow Joe. What? I've sent Mickey an email. Subject: Mickey's OnlyFans. What the fuck?
What? Mickey's on OnlyFans already?
Here we go.
I knew it.
Name,
This is Mickey. This is like a scene out of Scooby-Doo from the 1970s film. Who is it? And it's Mickey.
Mate, no. It's not. It's nothing to do with OnlyFans. But, mate, I've got to get... Mate. Right. Stephen, can you just talk for a minute and I'll get something up onto the website. These are fucking superb. I've got to get the pictures on so that you can see these, especially coming up towards Christmas. A lot of people want to buy these. And Richard's nothing to do with anything, but Richard's wife makes wooden ornaments. Yeah, like Christmas ornaments and stuff.
Handmade stuff.
Yeah. But they're Millwall related.
Really?
And they look the bollocks. So let me just get the pictures onto here. So Stephen, run the show, fella.
Okay. Right. So on to tomorrow. There's a comment that Mickey hasn't actually put up on the screen yet, but I can see that it's coming up. It's from Stephen Bevan. We've lost one away all season. Don't need wholesale changes. Stephen, we touched on this on our show we put out yesterday, and I'll ask Joe and Dan. Obviously, we'd already previously discussed this. The away form's been pretty good, but it was all that's the one. But has also been it's been a lot of draws. So Millwall posted after the Watford game 5 unbeaten on the road, but it's 1 win, 4 draws. Yeah, you're undefeated, but I get the feeling that we were held back against Preston. We were held back a little bit against Watford, although we were a little bit better. Do you think, Joe and Dan, I'll come to you, that if after 70 minutes tomorrow it's 0-0 or 1-1, does Joe Edwards go all out to try and win the game, or does Joe Edwards try and take a point from his first game in charge?
Shall I go first?
Go on, Joe.
Go on, Joe. You go first.
I think he's going to go for the win. I think he's going to look at the fixture list. But you know what? This is a winnable game. We're playing a team that are they bottom? Sheffield Wednesday?
Yeah.
They're bottom of the league. I know we're away from home, but I think he would want to start his Millwall career as coach with a win. And there's no better fixture, apart from it being at home, there's no better fixture than getting the team at the bottom of the league. So I think
you say at home. I don't know whether we'd agree with you at the minute, to be honest.
Well, exactly. But we're probably better off playing away from home. But the point I'm making is I think he'll look at this game as an opportunity to get off to a win, build some confidence in the players, and start on the right foot. So whether he starts cautiously or not, I'm not quite sure. I mean, he alluded to that in his interview, saying that he's not going to make too many wholesale changes. You know, we're not going to see much change for the next sort of 2 or 3 games. So will he play a very similar style of football, although it might be a little bit more attacking?
What fucking interview did I say that in, Joe?
Who?
You said Mickey alluded to it in his interview. What
no,
fucking
don't say
interview?
Mickey.
You said Mickey. Okay.
Sorry.
Go
Yeah. Your interview is the other interview on the OnlyFans page. But but he mentioned, Joe, about not making too many changes, didn't he? But he said there'd be a few changes. I mean, what he mentioned would be a bit more attacking. He talked about the ball being in the attacking area more often, creating more chances. So I think we're definitely going to see that tomorrow. And to your question, Steve, if it's 0-0 at 70 minutes, I think he goes for it. I don't think he's got the same mindset as Rowett has. I don't think he's going to go all back. He's going to look at this game, think, you know what, this is a winnable game. We can't win this game, then when are we going to win a game, the championship? And I think he's going to go for it. It's a bit like twist or bust sort of thing. He's going to go for it. And I'd be very surprised if we don't come away with the 3 points tomorrow.
Dan, before I come to you, and I'm hoping Mickey can put this comment up on the screen from Jonathan Bowdry. WTF, I thought this started at 9. What a liberty, going to have to go back to the start. Jonathan, Mickey will apologise when he's back after he's just doing a little bit of admin that way. He scheduled it wrong. It was supposed to be 8 o'clock.
Sorry, my fault. It was, but the French fan in here said it's fine with me.
Because he's an hour ahead.
I do apologise. It was literally, we were due to come on at 8 o'clock because Fridays is 8 o'clock, Sundays is 9. And it was only where we were sitting there and I went, And we have on our side, we have a little countdown what tells you 2 minutes or whatever to go live. And it was only then that I realised that, unfortunately, it's done. Look, doesn't matter, Jonathan. Stay with us till night. Stay with us for the next hour because we pretty much talk complete bollocks, really, in the first hour till about 40 minutes.
It's actually getting quite serious now. We're actually talking about...
We're talking about... I mean, the first half, we were talking about... Ben was with us. We talked about Joe's OnlyFans page. We talked about Ben Lewis, the manager.
Train spotted Dan.
We were talking about Millwall and the paywall. We were talking about data. We were talking about loads of other stuff. So realistically, you probably not really missed anything. No. So watch the rest of it, and then just go back and watch the front half, and then that. Right. I will be back with you, gents. 2 secs.
Yeah. Dan, same question to you. 0-0 after 70 minutes, or 1-1, 2-2, however you want to word it. After 70 minutes, does Joe Edwards go for it?
Yeah, I reckon he does go for it. I mean, like he's probably going to think, every manager, head coach wants to make a winning start, don't they? I think he's going to go for it. Even if it is just a case of maybe bringing on some fresher legs for whoever he's got in there. I think he's going to, maybe we'll see the youngsters on the bench. I think he's going to be more keen to bring Essay on, give him more game time, and Amaku as well. I think I don't think Amaku will start tomorrow, but to have his pace come on off the bench is going to be a real plus. So yeah, I think he's going to go for it.
I agree. I think it's going to be. I think he would want to. I think he's going to want to win the game. I know that's an obvious statement, but I don't think he's going to. He won't want to get beat, but I think he would. I think he'd possibly, as you said, Joe, be in Sheffield Wednesday. If we were going to, Ipswich, Leicester, somewhere like that, you might think take the point and move on to the next home game. But I think he might just try and go for it. I think on the subject there, Dan, of SA and Amaku, I think there might be people disappointed that they won't start, but I think they'll start getting more minutes.
Yeah, they'll get more and more minutes, definitely. But we've seen how well they have worked so far off the bench this season. I think if Edwards even takes the shackles off a little bit and brings them on as subs,
he was playing them in England. They were getting played in England, so I've got no issues that he won't play them. But I think
SA.
I was about to say, he can't play Amaku because Amaku's playing for Ireland.
Yeah.
No, SA. I see SA and Cuffy have both got England call-ups.
Well, I think SA's gone into the under-19s, which wasn't his team, but Norton Cuffy has gone into the 20s, which would have been... But they've now changed it, haven't they, to the elite. It's the men's elite
I thought
development.
Cuffy was in the 21s, part of the Euro squad that won it in the summer just gone.
I thought he was in the 20s. But anyway, SA wasn't in his age group. He was the one below, but he would obviously have known of SA through his time at England.
Right, 2 seconds. Right, let me just answer that question. Why not make Friday and Sunday 8 o'clock? The reason we don't make Friday and Sunday 8 o'clock is Friday I can do 8 o'clock because my kids aren't getting ready for bed. Sundays I can't do 8 o'clock because I am in my front room. Welcome to my studio. And that was really confusing then because I went like that and I'm thinking, but my right arm ain't tattooed. And then I realised that it was reversed. So, yeah, that's why 8 o'clock on a Friday, 9 o'clock. I've got no issues if the boys want to do 8 o'clock on a Sunday and then I'll come on at 9. But, yeah, it'll be that way with me. But, yeah, you watch the boys will go, yeah. Live in France, not French. All right, Frenchy. What time? They're getting the 7...
No,
I'm not.
8 o'clock.
I'm getting the 10:02 from St Pancras. You can get a direct train from St Pancras. Don't have to change if you go.
Oh, there you go. 10:02. 10:02, Bobby. Get on the train and go spot them.
Go find Dan.
I'll have Omer with me as well. Don't worry. For everyone's saying free Omer, as long as they lift him out tonight, he's going to be there.
Richard, can you just message in the message that you're okay for me to show your missus? I mean, I can sort things out our end if it's okay. Rovers 1, Preston North End 1.
Wow.
Do you realise Sunday night is Detroit Lions night? Couldn't give a flying fuck, Chris. So yeah, fucking wanker. The only reason you put the E in there because
it winds you up.
Yeah. Richard, if you
Dad knows, Dan's a man.
I do not have a clue, mate. I just know the times of the trains I need to get on.
And go on, don't make up you don't.
No, I literally just need to know the time of the trains, and that's it.
Of course you don't.
I've got no idea, but I know they put a message out the other day.
The Howard, I think it is. It's right by the train station. That's where I vaguely remember drinking for Sheffield United last season. Depends how much. I don't know. I don't know if they want 1,500 of us going all across the city. So.
But Dan, is the train the class 4, 5, 6? That's what the listeners want to know.
I have no idea, mate.
Is it the Intercity 125?
I have no idea, mate. You can go and do some research. Sorry, Joe, mate. You're giving me this stick. Where are you tomorrow? Where are you tomorrow?
I'm playing football.
Is it vets football? Is it walking football or?
Well, almost getting there. Just getting there. No, I've got to mix my weekends up. I can't always. I like playing football and I like watching football.
Right.
So, yeah.
Here we go. Right. So, Richard's wife, I think maybe Laura, makes these. Where are we? Let's go into brands. I've done them as overlays, so they will come over us, but they're worth coming over us. I'm telling you. So. It's done this one. Okay. Now this one I want. In fact, I think we should all have one, to be fair.
Oh, that's wicked.
Wow.
That is wicked.
Wow.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wait a minute, is that made out of cardboard or?
I think it's wood. So it looked on the message, it was wood. But these ones are the best ones, yeah? This is what every Millwall fan will want for Christmas, yeah? For their Christmas tree.
Wow.
Oh, that's centre one. That centre one is class.
I like the one in the middle left is quite nice as well.
Richard, are you on Twitter or anything like that I can send you a message at all?
That'd be a nice star for a top, wouldn't
it?
I've got his email address, Stephen.
Yeah, definitely. Just if you're happy for me to email you back, Richard, just let us know and I'll drop you a message after the show.
How can we promote them? How can we help them?
Right, it says, hello, mate. My wife makes things out of wood. If you send me through an address to he's delivering to, he's going to send me some, right? One for yourself and one to the... I'll tell you what, yeah, one for me and one... Yeah, you lot can buy them. One for me and then one for a prize, so we'll do that. And if anybody else wants one, they're £20 plus postage and packaging, which includes 10 Christmas ornaments and a special box. The design is exclusive for you and has not been used elsewhere. So if you don't want that Millwall podcast on the top, she won't put it on there. I think everyone, because I think that's a decent price that you should get that Millwall podcast on there, and then you post it, and then we'll keep posting her. In fact, I will get her right up on the website. So, Rich, if you drop me another email with if she's got a little shop or, like an online shop or anything like that, Shopify or whatever, let me know, and I will get something stuck on the website over the weekend, and we'll promote it across the socials for you, mate. We'll make sure you sell. They are great. I mean, where are we?
Those
ones there. Look at
those. Them. But if you go back to it's got the Millwall podcast. Have you got that one? Like that? How much? I don't know. How long does that take? Is
that a stencil? I don't know how they would do that. How they would carve that out, or it's nice though. It's really nice.
That's the old logo as well. That's
why they can do a train spotting one for Dan?
Yeah, but look inside the box.
The shape of a train.
We get an OF1 card for Joe as well.
Look what's inside the box as well. So that's inside it. So basically, that's inside it.
Wow.
That's there. And then you get them.
Wow. Yeah,
and they're
really
great,
nice.
Isn't they?
So what Mickey, you probably the top one. What's it say on the top one?
That Millwall podcast.
That Millwall podcast.
Yeah, it says that Millwall podcast.
Yeah.
How big are they? Can Richard tell us the size of them? Does it say on there the size of those roughly in centimeters?
They look like Christmas decor. Yeah, they don't. I don't know how big they are, but they are. I mean, there's one there, Joe.
How big they are.
Joe, the bottom left. Yeah.
Yeah, Zamperone.
That's yours, Joe. That's yours.
Yeah. We fear no foe in the middle, bottom middle.
Let them come.
And then the bottom right. I can't read that one. The bottom
let them come. It's let them come.
Oh, let them come. Okay.
Joe, get them specs on.
Hang on a minute. That's it.
Oh, he's taking it off.
Oh, Mickey's froze as well.
Yeah, he's in shock again. Where is it?
Someone get a screen grab.
Point at something. We've got to point at something.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Richard. They are excellent. They are absolutely excellent, and I'm sure that we'll all promote it. I mean, I think I'm definitely interested in having some. I mean, can you let us know how long do they take to make? What's the kind of sort of how long do you reckon it'd take for us to make them? Obviously, I don't want to put any pressure on your partner to make hundreds of them, but what's the time frame so we can get something sorted?
Guys, what did you think of the James Berylson interview with Max? I don't know if you've seen that one with our new chairman.
Yeah, we spoke a bit about it. Joe,
hold on, Dan, 1 second. Oh, I was going to say, Joe, did you listen to our show yesterday?
I did.
I think you're lying.
What part of that did you record that bit? Was it the end?
No, quite early on.
No, it's quite early on.
Well, that's right, yeah, because I was there at the end, but I missed the beginning bit.
Well, I don't know how you could have been there at the end, mate, because it wasn't a live show. It's a pre-rec.
Well, no,
so you're just digging this hole more and more.
I listened to
the end. I listened to the end, which was really good, but I missed the beginning bit, unfortunately.
Okay, so
just for the audience, listeners that haven't heard you yesterday, what was you saying? What was your thoughts on that?
I thought it was a good interview. I think it was great that it was his first one, and the fans can. We don't know him. You don't know him as a person, but we did get a little bit more of an understanding of maybe who he is, and insight to what he's like. I think you can tell the appointment was made with a lot of thought, a lot of effort, a lot of due diligence was put into it. And I said on the show yesterday that I think he is desperate to fulfill what his dad wanted. Yeah. It might not work out, and I think we need to be clear with that. I think he's going to do everything he can to do that, but I think this appointment and moving the club forward is in his dad's honour, and I think John Berylson would have approved of how his son spoke and what his son's done for the football club in hiring Joe Edwards.
And also, I can't help but feel like he spoke about his dad, and you can imagine it going back, God knows how many years. At 2006, when his dad took over Millwall. And he kind of let the cat out of the bag a little bit by saying, if you remember, that his dad looked at it as an investment. Yeah, he bought Millwall as an investment. But very, very quickly, his words were, very quickly, he become to love the club, love Millwall, love the fans, and fell in love with it. It sort of took over his world a little bit. So you can imagine him being his son, watching that through his dad's eyes a little bit, and see how proud his dad was to buy the club and how much effort he put into Millwall. That you're absolutely right there, Steve. I think he's got that added incentive to want to see us do well for his dad. Because I'll be honest, if you start the season or start this season, I thought he would just keep us for 6 months or a year and then sell us to someone else because he's got no real interest in football himself, has he? But I think you're right. I think he's got a role to play here, and I think he wants to do it, and that's probably why I imagine it's his idea. With Rowett leaving and bringing someone like Joe Edwards, is that he's got a plan. He's thinking, how can we compete? How can we get to the promised land? We can do it on a budget, but it involves bringing somebody from a youth background, youth coach background, like as Joe Edwards, bring the youth in that we've got playing for us at the moment, bring more youth players in, and then develop them over the next sort of 2 or 3 seasons, sell our best assets, make money, buy again, and just keep developing, a bit like what Brentford did, really. I can see that happening, and I hope and pray it happens, but I can see him doing it. I can see him get us to the Premiership. And you can imagine how emotional that will be, that interview. Us on the pitch, Sky Sports, whether it's interviewing him in memory of his dad, get us into the Premier League. What happens after that, I don't know, but I think that's what he's going to do. That's what he's trying to get us to, isn't he?
Joe, the Daily Mirror's just outed you. He's obviously looked at your OnlyFans channel, fella.
No, I think that means the size of the Christmas tree. What do you call it?
No, he don't. He's seen your OnlyFans channel. Rich is going to send me another one so I can see it.
If you go back one, Vicky, go back there to Rich's message.
Yeah, he says he's going to send me another one with a picture of a pound coin.
With a pound coin in. Okay, I see the size of it. Right. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, he's not talking about your penis size, so don't panic.
No. Was a pound coin would look like a penny, wouldn't it, otherwise?
Richard Wife's shop better be called I've Got Wood. That's a wicked shop name, isn't it? But yeah, sorry about that. My good job at Stephen is logged in under the account, the main account details, I think, aren't you, Stephen? Yeah, you must be.
Yeah, I have.
Comments. Yeah, so when I dropped out, you kept in. Otherwise, we'd have to start the stream up again because for some reason my internet just decided to go and kick me out and basically free me out. So you guys keep in Charlton down up
the train spot.
It's been a long day.
Love it.
No, to be fair, Mark. To be fair, Dan's been putting in the hard work at work, long days. So we can let him off a couple of yawns.
Thank you. Yeah. Be
We
pretty
can't
raring
right,
to go
crap
tomorrow
about
his
morning.
fascination and
Beat
affiliation
Ajax
with Plains, though. That
yesterday.
we can't let him off.
No, that's it. So yeah, no, it's called Would Lou Believe It? Oh, that's quite a cool name.
Would
Yeah.
you believe it?
Yeah,
I like
it's
that.
decent.
Yeah, Rich, if you send me an email, another email, and maybe give me a phone number or something in there, I will reach out to you at some point, maybe over the weekend or something, and yeah, we'll promote you. I'll have a box. We'll give a box away. I'm sure us lot will buy one, or if you want to do us a deal, we probably all have one. And then yeah, if you want me to promote you on there, I can promote you on our Twitter accounts. And other bits and pieces, mate. And once I've got them in my,
isn't it?
once I've got them on, once I've got a box here, and I'll send you my address. Once I've got one and I've got them physically, then I can do some videos for the other socials and stuff and promote them on here. But yeah, we'll be able to do something on that. So yeah, not a problem at all, mate. We'll help you out there. So yeah. Did anyone else see that today? That Billy Joe from Green Day. At a Millwall scarf. Actually, Biggie, are you doing security for them? Was that you what gave him the scarf to put on? Because I think probably it was more likely there was someone in the crowd who had a Millwall scarf and gave it to him, and he just put it on. Maybe it's a bit cold.
Did you see the video though? He purposely was kind of like positioning it that you could see the badge. It weren't just like wrapped around his neck or anything.
No, it was. That's why I think possibly Big E was doing the security, because they know that Big E's a massive Millwall fan, and they were just like, yeah, we do that for him. So yeah, Big E, I'll give you a bell next week about that thing we were talking about as well, fella. It'll be good to have a catch up at some point, mate, to discuss that some further.
I'll tell you what. On the subject of Big E, last week against Southampton, we'd said on the live show beforehand, I'll try and take pictures of us all and this, that, and the other. Big E was stood there literally hiding behind a supporter trying to take pictures of me up in block 10. We caught him though. We did catch him though. He weren't that sly.
Yeah. Definitely. I'll give you a bell next week, mate. We'll sort something out, because I definitely want to take what we were talking about forward. Definitely. So yeah. Oi, boys, 11:02 direct from St Pancras. We're going to win 1-4. Okay, 4-1. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, mate, can you just check with Dan? Is that correct, Dan? Time.
Green Day.
I'm not getting that one, so I can only assume it is. It's an hour
aware of it.
mine.
Green Day were in the director's box a while back.
Yeah, I did see. I can't remember what game it was, but he was there for a game. I just couldn't remember which one it was.
Because they posted something really odd, didn't they, on Millwall's Instagram? There was he took a picture. That Billy Joe took a picture, put it on his Instagram. Millwall shared it. It was kind of like great, like whatever, who cares, sort of thing. So I think they are. I don't think he was given a scarf. He was.
Mate,
I think they are supporters.
Mate, they're quite big. I've got another picture what I'll put out, but they're those. I would say the middle one is probably the star at the top. Yeah, so if I put this image back up, 2 seconds, hang on. So that star in the middle one, with the No One Likes Us, that star is about the same size as a pound coin.
The actual star on top of
the star. Yeah, the star is about, because a pound coin's just literally on that bit of wood, what the star sits on. So I reckon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 pound coins length. So what you're talking, probably 4 inches, maybe 5 inches.
Yeah.
And then the Zampa Road one is again from where it comes out. I mean, I've got a slightly different design here for Zampa. Oh, it's at the bottom of that picture. Let me get rid of that comment. Hang on. Right. So the one at the bottom, if you put a pound coin on top of it, it's probably about 1.5 pound coins above the line in the middle. So they're not small. And I mean, they've got to be good, but yeah. Wait, Richard, you see that one at the top, the one in the middle, what you've got, that Millwall podcast? Is there any way that you could do that as that Millwall podcast and have 2023 in there? because I'd be interested in giving some of those away when we do the Christmas special or we do the Christmas live one, just so that it's a keepsake and unique one. So yeah, but we can talk about that on an email. So yeah, that's not a problem. But yeah, don't worry. I will drop me an email, get in touch, Richard, and I will help promote that. And also, if there's anyone else, because it's something coming up to Christmas, if there is anyone else who does Millwall bits and pieces or wants to tap into the Millwall audience coming up to Christmas, we will give you free plugs on our socials and on here. You just need to palm us with silver to a degree, or make something what's unique as such, and then we can stick it into the auction thing we got coming up towards Christmas for a charity, and then we'll promote you across the board.
What sort of items we're going to have in that auction? Are you like Stephen Shorts in there, or like one of Dan's trains or something?
You'll have to wait. You'll have to wait and see, mate. You'll have to wait.
We just raffle Joe off altogether.
Yeah.
50p.
50. Anyone in the chat, first person to comment 50p wins Joe.
As long as 50p goes to charity, I don't mind.
Oh, there you go. Look.
Yeah.
Lars from Rancid is a big fan, so he mixes in with Green Day as we're all with them at Hyde Park. All right, Biggie. I you listen to you showing off when we were at Hyde Park show. Yeah. Billy Summers.
Biggie.
Yeah. I mean, I've got no free tickets yet. I feel really hurt. All these mentions for you. So yeah, but no, if you've got anything, and Big E's got a clothing brand as well. So give you a promo towards Christmas.
Wow.
Who's that aimed at? Take your pick.
Wow.
That's a good question there. Will Joe Edwards feel slightly undermined that Adam Barrett has stayed on, as he will always be there wanting to take his job if it goes tits up?
I don't think so.
I don't either. I think he's there. I think Joe's basically saved him, if I'm honest.
I think he's there as a handover, to be honest, Mickey. I think he's there for 6 months once Joe settles, and then they'll just fuck him off, I reckon.
Maybe it was a term and condition. If you take the job, you have to keep Adam Barrett.
Yeah.
I think just a handover. Yeah, he's a new manager. To have someone who's in touch with the players, that's connected with them, it's only going to be a help for Joe. And Adam doesn't seem like a pushy sort of person anyway, does he? He seems like someone who's quite supportive, I think, who won't intervene too much.
Stephen, if
I'm getting hammered
Stephen, I'll come to you in a minute. But Stephen Bevan, what's there? Is anyone concerned about a delay in the training ground development? If it wasn't the fact that I work within construction, I sell bits and pieces to new builds and heavily involved in specification and stuff like that, I would say yes if I wasn't in that arena. But because I work within there and I see much bigger projects than what Millwall's doing with the training ground, basically coming to a grounding halt, because it's cheaper to basically shelve stuff at the minute, because the supply chain prices have gone through the roof. Certain bits and pieces what's used in construction has just gone absolutely mental. Steel and things like that have just gone absolutely mental. That no, I don't think it's a concern. I think that, realistically, probably when it was planned, they probably had a cost of maybe 20-25 million. And I would probably suggest that that's probably gone up to closer to 40, maybe 50 million now. And it's just, I think they're going to have to rework it, look at a different way around it to get things on it. But yeah, I would suggest that I wouldn't really look at doing it on a cheap side. It's a Code 6. It's loads and loads of sustainability and all of that lot on there. So it's not going to be cheap. So yeah. No, that's great.
You know what, though? Can I just
Stephen
say?
Wears shorts.
Can I just say? I don't know who that Stephen Jones is, because that's not how you spell my name. So if there is a Stephen Jones out there that wants to do a calendar for us, I don't know who that is. But no.
No. Your name is Stephen Jones. The Jones is right.
Yeah, but the way that Stephen
Ponzi is
that's how you spell my name.
Yeah, you spell it Stefan, isn't it? Basically. So yeah.
How do I spell it, Mick?
Stefan. That's it. Stefan. Stefanin. Yeah. It's S. You spell it Stephan.
Yeah. No, I don't.
E-N.
Yeah. Yep. I was named after my grandfather. So, and if my mum is. If my mum,
I like the way you went. I was born with my grandfather. For me to sit there and go, oh, I'm really up.
No. If he's named after my mum, if my mum's listening to this, you're going to be in her bad books. So she'll be after you.
I'd have been right. It would have been much more funnier, yeah, if you'd have said, "I'm named after my grandma."
I was named after the postman. It'd be even funnier.
That should be in the charity auction. A date with Joe.
Also, can I just hold on a sec?
Daily Mail, I'm yours for 50p. You got me.
Hold on. I said first person to comment 50p wins Joe, and not one person has put 50p in the chat. They don't want you, Joe. They just 25p.
What do they get for? Because you get a bidding auction. We start at 50p and see who goes.
No one's bidded at 50, so we've had to half it.
You've had to half it, mate. 25p.
I don't know. Pay 2p. Who wants 2p for me? Anyone?
I don't know if there's enough time to do it. If there's enough time to do a charity for the new year. I mean, we might be able to do it, but
I'll offer you 2 dead Duracell batteries.
That's worth at least 2p, surely. Recycling. Yeah. I might do it.
There was.
Actually, I might do it. I might do a charity where I will meet them before a game, have a couple of beers with them. I will talk to them about married at first sight.
So
hang on.
Hold on. Are you buying the beers, Joe?
I might buy them a beer or two. Yeah.
No, but if they're bidding for you, that you have to, you can't. They can't pay for you, and then that you go, oh yeah, buy me a beer.
It depends how much they're bidding for me.
All right. So what we're saying is, Joe, is that you will take.
Wait a minute. I'm getting a bit carried away now. I'm getting scared.
Are you going to take one person or 2 people? I'll shut up. You can put it for a business account. You're blagging.
One person or one person.
One person.
I'll do it with you, Mickey. You and me will do it together. We'll take out.
It's going through your business account and going through mine.
We'll take out a couple of Mill podcast audience as a Christmas thing, and all the money will go to charity. And we'll meet before a game, a bit of pie and mash.
So hold on. We're gonna do a live Christmas show, and one of the prizes in the auction is that someone has to bid to spend time with Joe. And Joe's going to ask them to buy him pie and mash and a beer. You're taking the piss. You are taking the piss.
Whoever gets that in the raffle has certainly pulled the short ticket there.
But it might look selfish of me, but it's a charity. It's going to a good cause. That's what I can say.
So someone's going to pay. Say, for instance, someone pays 300 quid, right? Right. Someone gives 300 quid to charity, right? Then they've got to probably spend another 300-400 quid taking you out for the day, buying you pie and mash.
Yeah, I think it's fair. Just think about the starving kids. Just think about those poor kids over in Africa, wherever it's going to go.
What will happen?
The
auction we do will be for 2 Millwall charities.
What
will it be? It'll be that Fleming shirt. It'll be the Fleming shirt behind you.
Oh, I tell you what, at this rate, there might well.
It'll be for Demelza,
and also
for Demelza
hold on,
and the Food Hub probably.
Joe, what were you going to say about Fleming there at this rate?
Well, I mean, I don't know if he's going to be here by the end of the season. I mean, we might get rid of him.
And now we're bringing in, good evening, Mr. Fleming. I love Zian. Joe, he's commented already, mate. He's watching.
No, Zian, look. Look.
Joe, you're all right. I'm joking with you, mate.
It is because of the inflation, Connor. Basically, because of the inflation, everybody's put their prices up. I work within the industry. I have everybody's prices gone fucking mental, mate. Yeah. Look at Fulham and Liverpool with their stands. Building firms went bust and just sat unused. Yeah. At the moment, mate, there is a few massive sites within London. They've got cranes there. They're pretty much most of the way built, and they are just sitting dormant at the minute because all the money in property has just dropped out of it, and it's mental at the minute, mate. Absolutely
crazy times.
Here you go. Spelt your name correctly now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Dan's got it right. You don't spell Stephen Stephen. You spell it Adrian.
I love it.
Is that one not worse? Stephen, the first patron saint of Wales.
So does that mean also this Christmas live raffle we're giving away Stephen's going to do a calendar?
Yeah.
Realistically, why would anybody want a calendar of me?
Oh, in shorts, I think people would. Yeah.
Isn't it weird? Adrian Charles, sorry.
Oh, we've got a bid. We've got a bid for Joe.
Oh, there's a bid. 12p for Joe. There he is.
Hey! 12p, the highest bid. There you go.
Any advances on 12?
Any more on 12?
Oh, yeah.
Any more on 12?
Joe, what did you call Stephen's mum again?
Mary? Monica, I meant. I did say Monica.
Oh, you're both in trouble now.
I did say Monica.
Oh, look, that's a good bid. I would sell Joe for that.
To be fair, how much two fruit pastels that's got to be worth about 10p each.
Oh no.
Oh, we've got literally Richard's been inundated with orders now, hasn't he? Everyone's been messaging him asking for some decorations.
There you go. It's worked.
No, Rich, listen, thingy, mate. Can't towards Christmas. We can have a chat, thingy, mate. We do bits and pieces there, mate. No problem. I mean, you know, we could do some on there, mate. People will have them. Charity
there's some
all that, mate. So yeah.
There's some cracking comments coming, Mick. Keep going.
Double date. Yeah.
Maybe Joe. Maybe you should try and sit there and book the contender on Married at First Sight, and then Joe spends a day with them. going to Millwall.
Might be able to get a cameo from Mickey. I'm sure he'd love that.
Mickey?
Yes, Chris. Well done. You got it.
Mickey, are we seriously bidding to have a drink with a random bloke?
Just think about the charity, Chris. Stop being so selfish. Oh, yeah.
So the percentages are being pumped out now.
Pimped out.
Yeah.
Like a
second prize.
Yeah, what's the first prize?
Lions TV.
Does this fate with Joe come with a happy ending?
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's your choice. You're the ones purchasing him.
For an extra donation, Jonathan, you might get a happy ending as well.
Joe. I mean,
no,
Dan,
I know you're going to say this is cracking. This is
Dan,
brilliant.
Mate, we are going.
I'm not even seeing these comments at the moment.
No, Joe. Joe, not you. It's not you, mate. It's not you, Joe.
We are going to have to. We're going to have to do a calendar just for these. Listen, ready, Dan? February picture of that Millwall podcast calendar is train spotter Dan standing at the end of platform 6 at London Bridge, notepad in hand, binoculars, and a copy of Train Weekly.
That is not happening. That is not happening.
Oh God, we have to.
Even Dan, what about? Think about all of the poor kids and the local residents that need food. That picture could raise a fortune. I mean, all us lot would
deal, Chris.
I'll buy Joe for 20p and then send him down the end of the platform to do it.
You can't. Chris has outbid you. He's give me a quid.
A quid. All right. £1, 1p. Arsene Wenger.
Oh,
Lions Raw. It will be up over the weekend, mate. It will be on our socials over the weekend.
Mickey, you must know some printers that can do a calendar for us.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I do. Yeah.
£1 to Dan to dress up as a grown man. As a grown up.
I don't know what I've done here.
Can we like
grinder
talk about tomorrow? Can we? Because
I haven't really spoke much about tomorrow, have we? Actually,
yeah.
Why don't you listen, Jonathan? Just
DM hasn't bid for me yet. What's going on?
Jonathan, if you want the full Monty for Christmas, just DM Joe. He seems to like people naked, so go speak to him, mate.
Notepad at first. I took for no pants.
I think he meant the comment that Mark made about Dan at London Bridge, notepad in hand. He thought it was no pants.
Right, gents. Right, let's bring this back online. Match day predictions for tomorrow's game, and then we're going to end this because this is it's been a good show. We've flowed, but it's we've not really talked Millwall today at all, really, apart from maybe when I dropped out, you lot thought, where's he gone, and started talking, and then
I blame Steve.
So yeah, right. 2 minutes, get your score predictions in, and also we want your starting 11 for tomorrow.
Before you just come in, Mick, just before you come in, if you're disappointed that we haven't really covered that much Millwall this evening, if you take a look at the show that went up on
yesterday,
I'm a one-man woman show.
What is she doing? What is she doing?
Monica. I respect you for that.
No, I'm bringing this to Millwall. We're not doing this.
Sorry for Stephen's dad, though, Monica. You saying that it's not fair on him.
There you go.
Right. Thank you. The Joe Edwards Revolution, that's not behind a paywall, is a show that me, Dan, and Ben, who was with us earlier, did. We do go a little bit more in depth on the interviews. We talk about Sheffield Wednesday a bit more. If you want your Millwall content, obviously, if you just want to come and take the piss out of us, then you've loved tonight and it's been fantastic. Yeah. But if you want Millwall-related content, go and check that video out. If I say so myself, it was pretty good. And Dan, I'm sure you'd agree.
I did think it was a good show. It was nice to do something as well.
This is probably the most that's gone on in Millwall in the last 10 years. And we've spoke about Millwall for about 20% of this show, I think. But you're right. If you tune to your show the other night, then you'll get your fix, won't you?
Absolutely. Sunday, we'll make sure that we're focused. Does Joe come dressed up as the Grinch? Yeah, we can sort that out. We might as well stop fighting it. We're not gonna. At least we just talk about whatever you want.
If a lot of people are saying potentially we're winning. Made picture of that Millwall podcast. Joe is standing in a Fleming pose wearing "I love and miss Foggy" t-shirt.
I love and miss Foggy t-shirt. I do miss him. He's quite a nice guy, isn't he, Foggy?
Yeah, it's good. Now shut up. Yeah. So yeah, it's
he was a nice bloke after you'd nervously shaken his hand because you're like, oh, I'm sorry, Foggy. I'm really sorry for what I said about you. He was nice then.
Yeah, I think a lot of that was because he didn't understand what I was saying. I think he's just being polite, weren't he?
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
I just found the clip. So yeah. Right, Stephen, starting 11 for tomorrow, please.
Do you want what I want or what I think Edwards will do?
No, I want what you. That's why, Stephen. Your starting 11.
Sorry, my starting 11. Okay, I didn't hear you say that. I just said Stephen starting 11. Anyway, so my starting 11 tomorrow.
Listen, viewers. I am trying to bring this back to Millwall. Every attainable opportunity to bring this back to Millwall. Hence our title being That Millwall Podcast. But this week it's basically been the fucking Joe and Stephen show. Do you know what I mean?
What did I do?
No, you didn't do anything.
Yeah, it's your fault.
it's train spotter Dan and Married at First Sight Joe. They're the culprits. Right. Team for tomorrow. Bart in goal. I would go a back four. I would go Leonard. I would go Harding, Cooper, and Adam Malachi. 2 holding midfielders or 2 central, like not further attacking, I'd say Saville and Denore. On the left, I would go probably Maku. On the right, I would go George Honeyman. I'd go Fleming in the attacking mid position. And a little bit of a controversial one, I would bring back Kevin Nisbet.
To make my one a lot easier, I want to copy and paste what Stephen said, but my only difference is I would go for Essay on the right of that attacking 3 as opposed to Honeyman. Not saying that Honeyman's been playing badly, but I'd just love to see a new look Millwall team with some young players and some pace and attack. That's a great one. Is that in May, isn't it? That's May there, isn't it?
Yeah,
May.
it's May. Yeah.
When we stop, if you want to continue the suggestions for what month should be what, just go over to the socials and put them on Twitter. Yeah.
Dan?
Bit of triple fact for you. Sheringham's last ever goal from Millwall from open play, non-pen, was at Sheffield Wednesday.
That's interesting.
Dan, your team for tomorrow?
My team for tomorrow, I would go for... let's go for Bart in goal, Danny McNamara at right back. We'll go with back four. I'll go with Harden and Cooper still. Adam Malaka on the left. Denor and Saville as the two in front. We'll have... I feel like I might even be picking an unchecked... No, I will make one change. It'll be what's his name? It'll be Honeyman on the left, Fleming in the 10, Norton Cuffey on the right, and Nisbet up top.
That's interesting.
Dan, can you just do me a favour for 1 second? Can you say, all our callers are busy at the moment, but your call is important to us.
Oh, bloody hell.
Leaving St Pancras.
Yeah, do that.
I ain't doing that.
He's arriving.
I know Stephen said you've been busy with work this week, but yeah, those of you who've been trying to get through to a company this week and been told that you're number 34 in the queue.
I apologise.
Yeah, it's Dan's fault.
Right, just realised I've got 2 right backs in my team.
We've had 2 right backs in our team the last 2 games, mate. Don't worry about it.
Well, one playing right wing and one playing right back. So,
Norton Cuffey. I think Norton Cuffey looks better at right wing anyway.
That's it. And
predictions quickly. Let's get some predictions. Joe, prediction.
I think we're going to win. I'm not as confident as Ben was, saying we're going to win 6-0. I think we're going to win. I'm going to go for a bold 3-0.
Very bold, Mickey.
Do I need to name goal scorer as well?
Go on then. Let's have some goal scorers.
I'm going to go for Fleming. I think Nisbet, if he plays, will score, and a Maku.
Okay, Mickey, score.
3-1.
And scorers.
Jake Cooper, SA. No, I'm going to go Jake Cooper, Brads, and Fleming.
Yep. Stephen?
2-0. I'm going to go Wes Harding and Kevin Nisbet.
I thought you were going to go 2-0 and then name 2 Sheffield players.
Whatever Dan says, Dan guessed it right, didn't he, last game? He said it was 2-2 against
Watford. I got it right, yeah.
So if you want to put a bet on, everyone listening, listen to what Dan says. Go on then.
I think we're going to win 2-1 tomorrow. I think we've conceded in added time in the last 2 games, so I think it's our time to get an added time winner.
And first scorer?
First scorer.
Just to increase the odds a little bit.
First scorer tomorrow. I think we might go 1-0 down because it might be a bit of a nervous start. So if I'm going to say we're going to go 1-0 down, there is only one person I can pick to be the Sheffield Wednesday goal scorer, and that's Lee Gregory.
Oh, is he likely to start, Lee Gregory? I thought he's only a bit of a bit part player at the moment.
If he isn't starting, it'll be Barry Bannon. Because if it's not Lee Gregory, it's always Barry Bannon. He always scores.
They're the only 2 that will probably score. I know what you mean. Yeah. 2-1.
Absolutely there, mate. Yeah, least we forget, mate. Tomorrow is obviously Remembrance Day. I've got some videos going out tomorrow from obviously last week's stuff that we did. So you can look out at them, some of the behind-the-scenes stuff with the soldiers, what I took. That'll be going out tomorrow. Good show. Hope Ben is okay. Yeah, he's okay. He's I think he's little and jokes aside, woke up, so he's just looking after. So yeah, he's good as gold. Thank you very much to there. Let's just flick through those. Bop. Dan, did you tweet we lose 1-0 with Lee Gregory scores?
Oh, he's being outed.
I did say that as well, because that's the Millwall stereotypical prediction inside me.
Also, Dan, you also predicted on another video that we were going to win 4-0. So don't give me none of this 2-1 nervous go behind rubbish. I stuck with 2-0 all the way through.
That is my genuine prediction that we'll win 2-1 with a late goal at time tomorrow.
Please do let us know if you like the show. It was very fucking mad today.
Not the usual kind of style of show, but
no. But hey ho, thank you very much to the 80 odd and whoever was on Twitter watching us and whatnot.
I'd apologise as well. Apologies to the guys that missed the first hour as well.
That was down to Joe's fault. So yeah, are you not allowed to smoke on YouTube?
no dear.
No. But yeah, all they do is just basically give you even less than what they give you anyway. So yeah, it's fine. Yeah, if you ever want to become rich, mate, don't fucking go to YouTube for it because they don't pay that well. Unless
Steve does a calendar and shows it on YouTube, you don't get much really.
One thing there with what Big E said, it shows good for the mental health and awareness.
I agree, Big E. That's the only reason why I come on for.
Yeah, it's good. But I saw a scary statistic the other day, which I didn't realise what it was. Did you know that 60 men around the world commit suicide every hour of every day? Madness, isn't it? And so, on that note, just tune in and watch us. At least we're saving for 2 hours.
And also, just on a serious note, we're all talking about, raising money for charity and doing a Christmas special and this, that, and the other. If ever, anybody's ever having difficulty or wants to reach out and chat to someone, just drop the pod a message, drop us individually a message. Everyone makes a big thing about being a Millwall family, but we really are. So if anyone is ever struggling out there, drop us a message. We'll do what we can to help. And if all else fails, and if it really come to it, we would give Joe away for free to spend some time with you.
If you want to buy me a beer and have a chat, if you want to get on a train with Dan and spend a couple of hours with him,
you know what? That's what we should do.
He's more than happy to accommodate you.
Joe, that's what we should do. We should do a raffle, right? And then just have the people's details on, and then we won't tell the people who won on the night. We'll just pick the ticket out with the address on, so we've got the address. And then what we do is one Sunday morning, we just send Joe in an Uber, and that's it. You've got Joe will just turn up on you.
Yeah, and a pie match.
Joe will turn up at your house on a Sunday morning in a gimp outfit.
Oh, hang on a minute. Across the line now. What about gimp outfit? There's certain things I'll do.
Why is yours in the dry cleaners?
I won't do that.
Is yours in the dry cleaners then, Joe?
Yeah.
Seriously, I was really down today, and I've been for a while. But after this show,
bless you,
Jonathan. Having a laugh, and I feel good now. Well, some days hopefully will be a bit more.
Dan, I did that once in my life where I was about 9 or 10 years old. I remember I did it for school once. Once, like, for 1 hour, I locked myself in the room, my bedroom, and it was the worst fucking hour of my whole entire life. I don't know how I didn't kill myself. I had to lock myself in my.
Oh, that's perfect.
I had to break myself. I couldn't do it.
No, you did realise. You do realise he muted you, didn't you?
The whole thing.
No, not the whole thing. The last bit there, mate. So yeah. That was funny. But anyway, listen, thanks very much for tuning in.
Thanks, guys.
Those of you who've managed to last the whole way on a podcast, hopefully we've given you on your way out to Sheffield. Hopefully we've given you a good giggle. Benefits out tonight. I think was great.
At 8 o'clock, Mickey. I feel sorry for the 8 o'clockers because they're probably fucked by now. The 9 o'clockers that tune at 9 o'clock, they're probably actually that's not been too bad. 53.
Do you know what? What I'm going to do soon? I'm going to do a 24-hour show, and I'm just going to invite Joe and Alex Grace, and they're just going to do it. Right? No one else, just them two. They seem to think they get paid by the word,
like Big Brother.
Just, that would be it. Yeah, get that trending on socials.
Yes.
Yeah, if he knocks on my door on a Sunday morning, he'd be wearing one. Like him suit. Have you got spare ones then, Chris?
I'll borrow yours, Chris. As long as you clean it, I'll wear it.
Oh, mate, my 9-year-old boy come home today and said he supports Palace. Help.
Wow.
Oh, I don't think we can.
No, sorry.
Even-
I'd rather my 9-year-old boy Tommy is gay than
no. Danny, we can't help you. You're in England, aren't you? Just DM us your address and we'll send Joe round in a Palace outfit.
And also play the 3-0 win in New Year's
Palace
Day.
for life. I'll turn up as a Palace ultra.
Have you not seen the videos? One of those blokes, if you look, it's got the stubble and all that, like what Joe's got. You could get away with it, do you know what I mean? So,
no, Nigel.
Where's that? It says, I'm glad you started at 9 because I'm in North East Scotland and I've got all the time because of the time difference.
Ah, right.
Is there a time difference in Scotland? I was going to say, what? That's just not true.
And this is one of the islands off.
I was about to say, that's the only thing I think of. Like,
I was reading that, trying to work it out and going, no.
Having Joe might be the thing over the edge.
You're right. Maybe I won't be doing much help for mental health. That might be enough.
Mate.
Mickey looks like he is absolutely done in. Anyway, guys,
this has been one of the hardest shows to try and fucking control in my life. And I think that at some point we will find out that Joe's had a few beers tonight because
he has been drinking one throughout the show. Just one though.
Yeah, because his missus is out. So yeah. But anyway,
that's got to have gone flat by now, Joe, hasn't it? That one.
What?
He's got 2 or 3 there, hasn't he? Anyway, we're going. Yes, it's 1985. Joe, take the battery out. Oh my God! Did you just say that?
Yes,
Stephen?
I know there's not a time zone in Scotland. When I read it, I was looking at it thinking, "What are you on about?" I thought he'd had a few beers like Joe.
He googled it.
Right, that's it. That's it. We are done, and I'm going to go with this button right now because at the end of the day, if I don't press it now.